Well, hello there, guys. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur, and you're tuned into Inspirations for Your Life, and it is a privilege and pleasure to be with you once again this evening. Welcome to the show, everyone. If you are here the first time, well, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. It's always great to have people that enjoy my content coming back and choosing to apply that in their lives. So the other day, Saturday, we started off with a brand new master topic. In case you guys were wondering, yes, we started off with a brand new master topic, and that master topic is a pretty good one. Well, they're always good ones, you know that, and that is everyday wisdom on doing what's right. Tonight's granular topic is empowering the vulnerable, series 4, show 44. Episode 2. Hey, how about that? 3 fours in a row. Series 4, Show 44, Episode 2. So in 2 days, we'll have all fours, and we won't be able to do that for a while. That's a pretty cool. I'll have to do something very special on that day. That'll actually be on Tuesday, so I'll have to do something very special for that show. All right, guys. So if this is your first time with me, you may not know about BelieveMeAchieve.com. Feel free to check that out. That is after the show. You can get short form content, long form content. You can get my articles and much more. Hey, and I don't want you to be parched, so feel free to go get yourself some RO water or a beverage, a drink. I have my healthy drink over here. You may or may not be able to see it, depending on whether you're watching me or listening. I have a looks like a mug here, and in that I have 2 tablespoons of blackstrap molasses that I have my instant hot water on top of to melt it. And then I have a nice tea bag that I put in there and a metal straw. The reason for the metal straw is that the metal straw is so that your teeth don't get stained. All right. So without any further ado, guys, I want to go ahead and kick this show off because this is really exciting. All right. So welcome, everyone, to another episode of, that's right, Inspirations for Your Life, where every moment is an opportunity to make a difference. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, graduate student, and a passionate lifelong learner. My goal here is to share actionable wisdom that will enrich your life, boost your leadership, and help you elevate your community one step at a time. Tonight, I'm going to explore how small acts create true connection and positive change, proving that greatness begins with simple, intentional choices. Many people I know want to do these grand gestures, but you don't need to do that. All right. Number 1, our first point, small kindness equals big impact. Even a simple act, holding a door or offering a compliment, can spark a ripple of positivity. And these gestures foster connection and remind us that caring always matters, even if it's little. Number 2, defend those who can't defend themselves. True character is shown when you stand for those without a voice. Whether seeking up or shielding the vulnerable, integrity means acting with courage. Number 3, guys, listen more, judge less. In fact, don't judge at all. Empathy grows when we listen without quick judgment. Doing so opens understanding and forms genuine relationships. Yeah, so a lot of people are quick to judge and they don't realize that there's so much potential in your life that you can actually, let's say, grow things with. You can look at that and see that there's so much possibility and ways that you can grow. Number 4, guys, inclusion is strength. Diversity brings resilience. Invite others in, celebrate difference, and create a place where everyone thrives. Number 5, no one succeeds alone. Success is supported by encouragement and collaboration. Helping others as you advance sustains growth for all. Number 6, guys, choose to make room for quiet voices. Quiet contributors have meaningful insights. Encourage everyone you know to speak and to enrich your collective wisdom. I think that's something that a lot of people don't get, but when we are that voice, sometimes it doesn't say anything, the one that's just kind of listening. Listeners get a lot because they're processing everything that's going on in life. Number 7, guys, stand in the gap for someone. Leadership often means stepping in when others can't. Selfless support can change someone's course. Number 8, guys, use your strengths to help others rise. Share your skills to empower others. Mentor and teach to multiply impact and build lasting legacy. It's not about, you getting to be top or you getting revered. It's not about any of that. It's about how you can make this world a better place. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize is that, many people want a pat on the back. And I get that you want a pat on the back. Don't get me wrong. But what I want to say is that you have to do things for the right reasons. Okay. And when you're only doing it for a reward, well, you're going to miss the whole enchilada, which is that life is meant to be lived, but life is meant to be shared. Okay. I think that's a very, very important point, that life is meant to be shared. Life is meant to be shared. Number 9, guys, give others the safety you wish for yourself. Offer understanding and patience. When people feel safe, they grow and innovate. Number 10, help is never wasted. Even unseen, genuine help makes a difference. I'm going to have some more of my delicious molasses tea here. Really good, guys. Really, really good. And it's healthy for you, too. So the effects often surface later in powerful ways, which that sometimes bites us in the behind because we weren't realizing that. And if it's good to have us bite something in the behind that's good, well, that's a good thing, too. We always talk about it being bad, but something biting you in a good way is also kind of neat. Number 11, guys, lead with compassion. Compassion builds trust and also motivation. People go further when they know you care. And I think a lot of times we miss that point. Recently, I was doing something the other day, and sometimes just showing that you care not only gets you to realize something, but it gets other people to realize too that, hey, they actually care about you too. I think those are pretty remarkable things when we can say those things, right? So put your arm out there, put your leg out there. I mean, what I mean by that is be a little vulnerable, share a little bit about yourself. And I think you're going to learn not only about yourself, but you're going to learn about others. And they're going to learn about themselves and they're going to learn about you. So that's a really cool thing. Number 12, uplift before you correct. Encourage first. Positive feedback makes constructive criticism more effective. I know so many people that want to go off and rave, and I get why they want to go rave, but at the end of the day, they're just here to badger and complain. They're not here to make the world a better place for you or for anyone else. And I think that's a huge thing that many people miss. They miss that whole concept of the fact that we want to be able to give people feedback that's not going to make them feel bad, embarrassed, or like they want to go under a shell and hide. Feedback that's going to allow them to stand where they are and correct. Remember, when we correct someone, we're never correcting the person. We're just correcting the behavior. That's the most important thing to realize, right? It's the behavior we want to change. Number 13, share your stage. Opportunity to expand when shared. Feature others and celebrate their successes. Number 14, guys, community. Community means everyone belongs. True community welcomes all, fostering loyalty and teamwork. Number 15, guys, look out for the overlooked. Find and encourage those who are unnoticed. Your recognition can be transformative, but you have to first realize that you have to know where you're coming from. You have to know where you're going. You may not need to know the exact directions there, but you do need to know where you're going. I think that's a very, very important thing. You have to know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, well, that can be a huge, huge problem for, again, a lot of people. And those people, unfortunately, are going to just be pushing things because of what other people say. You got to realize that you got to stand up for yourself. And I was with a group not too long ago, and I think I mentioned this the other day. I said something, and I was just praising someone. Well, because somebody didn't like that I was praising that person, it turned them to go against me. Now, I call this petty, childish nonsense, but there are adults that are acting like petty nonsense, unfortunately. And when that kind of stuff happens, you know what I say? Next. Because I don't have time for that. You don't have time for the drama. I always say to people, leave your drama at the door, okay? It's one thing if you have a situation, but this is made up drama that really doesn't mean anything other than it just annoys people. And it gives people a power trip, which I think is crazy. And just being honest, it really, really is crazy. Number 16, teach your kids, your family, teach everyone you know empathy. Model empathy for the next generation to help them build stronger relationships. I remember someone a little bit younger than me, and I was befriending them, and just kind of just talking with them and whatnot, and they weren't really opening up. So I said, gee, maybe I should, crack a joke or do something like that. But I decided to do something a little bit different. I got one of these boards, like it's actually like a large, if you will, like a sketch pad, and you flip it over like a flip chart. And he's like, "What are you doing?" So I'm trying to get you to laugh. Oh, well, that's pointless because I never laugh. And I was like, really? And it wasn't that they never laugh. It's that they didn't want to be vulnerable. Some people always have their guard up, unfortunately, guys. I mean, when somebody is offended, right? And if you offend somebody and it wasn't intentional, usually you go back and you apologize, right? Well, hey, I didn't mean to do that. And when they still act like a jerk and be like, it's nothing, and then they still don't want to talk to you, you know that they haven't forgiven you. Unfortunately, there are people out there that do this every single day. Why? I think it's called power trip. I mean, that's just really the reason. It's called a power trip, and that power trip is something that a lot of people they just don't get. It's something, right? I don't know why people do this. Does that make sense to you? Some people do things for crazy reasons. Sometimes people do something because they're part of a group, if you will. Number 17, guys, one ally can change a life. Your support could be the turning point for someone in need. Now, you don't necessarily know that they're in need, but you know that you want to be that friend. You want to be someone they can lean on. And I think when you do that, it changes the dynamic between to people. When somebody knows they built a friendship, well, what does a friend do? Let's talk about that for a moment. So a friend does things like sends cards, like it just send out cards for like Halloween and for Thanksgiving. That's what a friend does. When it's somebody's birthday, a good friend sends a card on their birthday. A good friend is there to talk to. I remember just making a new friend not too long ago, and I remember telling them something which I don't tell everyone. I only tell really good friends this. If you ever need me, you now have my cell phone number and you can call me 24 hours a day. I don't care what time it is. I don't just tell anybody that. I think you get compelled and you feel like you want to be there for someone, and that's a great feeling. And I think in the time that I've been around, I think I might have told 3 people that. Unfortunately, 2 out of the 3 people kind of tried to burn me. So I've been a little skeptical about, giving my cell phone number out and being like, hey, I'm here for you. But you get a gut when you want to give it a try. It's not something you do every day. And I think it gets us to realize that we're human. And that humanness gets us to understand that we can make a difference, not only in our life, but in someone else's life. And that's like really amazing. And it might not be something expensive you send them. It could be a box of chocolates. It could be just a card. It could be a gift card to a restaurant, anything. Just somebody say, hey, I'm thinking about you, right? I'm thinking about you. You want to get a little deeper. You want to say, hey, you matter to me. Good friends visit each other's houses. They come over. They could be out of state. It doesn't really matter. But I think what matters is the truth. And I think what also matters is the fact that you really do care about the other person. And I think that's something, quite special. Quite special. You never know when you're going to be friends somewhere, somebody's going to be friends. You never know. Everyone's like an acquaintance, right? Kind of. Or not an acquaintance, but then they become an acquaintance. A friend's there for you. And only time tells how that's going to work, right? So number 18, never mock weakness. Mend it. Uplift those who struggle. Compassion heals what ridicule harms. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, especially a lot of the younger generations. They think it's okay to mock somebody. Why? Because they think it's cool. But I don't know about you. I don't like getting made fun of, and I don't think you would like getting made fun of. Everybody tries, well, you have to do that to be cool. That's just sick. That's just messed up, if you ask me. All right? Really, really messed up. So understand that, guys, and understand the fact that once the words leave your lips, they can't be taken back. So be kind what you say to other people, even if they're not your friend, even if they're just an acquaintance, or even if they're not an acquaintance, even if they're just a stranger. Be nice to them. I know hiking today on my hike I take every weekend, I say hello to everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's your day going? Good afternoon. And I will tell you, for every 10 people that I said hello or good morning, good afternoon, how's your day? Great, how's yours? And they respond. 1 out of 10 does not acknowledge. Not bad averages, right? It's going to be people like that. Number 19, advocate for dignity. Respect everyone and set new standards for civility. Number 20, fairness is felt, not just spoken. Show fairness through actions. Let it be an experience, not just a principle. Number 21, see potential, not limitations. Spot strengths in others and encourage growth. I think that's an important one to realize. We have to be aware of growth. Invite new people in. Number 22, new perspectives bring innovation. Welcome everyone to strengthen your team or at least the community. Gotta have some more of this delicious drink here. Again, it's just 2 tablespoons of blackstrap molasses. Has to be blackstrap molasses. Then I put in Insta-Hot, which is just enough to fill the mug. And then I dunk, I'm doing Twinings Earl Grey tea. You can do breakfast tea, whatever you want, a decaf. And I put them there for a few minutes. And then I have my metal straw, and it's great. Number 23, guys. Check on friends who seem okay. Even those who appear fine, they need support. Reach out. Number 24, kindness costs little and means much. Small, kind gestures have enormous positive returns. You may not see them tomorrow or the next day or even next week or the next month, but you will see them. Number 25, lift others and you will rise too. By lifting others up, you grow alongside them. That's a powerful thing. Number 26, protect exploited folks. Intervene when you see injustice to foster healing. And I think a lot of people don't realize like what that means. But it's something that can really scar somebody. It could hurt somebody. Now, maybe you don't mean to hurt somebody, but sometimes people just do because they don't care. I think that's a terrible thing when people say things like that. Number 27, guys. Every voice counts, especially the quietest ones. Listen now for the hidden wisdom. The innovation often will begin with quiet voices. And if you're too loud or you're too controlling, you're going to miss the advice that they want to share with you. That's powerful, guys. Extremely powerful. Number 28, pay support forward. Return kindness by paying it forward to others. These are great movements, like on the National Kindness Day and things like that, whether you're in a drive-thru and you're buying somebody's coffee behind you. These are nice things to do. And then hopefully that will be passed on to other people in the line. I mean, you hope, right? But usually when I've done this, it's usually gone for several hours, and it could be something like a simple coffee or buying them a donut or whatever it is. Then you feel so good about it. Number 29, a gentle word heals more than you know. Gentleness in tough moments can give new confidence and comfort. The thing about gentleness is that there's no agenda with gentleness. You're doing it because you just want to be a good person. And you're not trying to get anything out of it other than one thing, and that is to be genuine and show that you care. But you're not looking for anything. A lot of times I know when people do things, they do it because they want to get something back. They want to get something back. I think that can be tough for some people because you think somebody's your friend and then they're just trying to get something for free out of you. You probably had friends like that, right? The ones that just come around whenever you have to do something for them or they need something from you. Number 30, vulnerability builds real trust. Trust comes from honesty and sharing your real self, not the self that you're pretending to be. So this is important, guys. You know, let's unpack these lessons in today's episode, exploring everyday wisdom to help you make the right choices and build a fulfilling life. You know, I know a lot of times we hear this great advice, whether it's from me or someone else, but you don't choose to implement in your life. And the reason is, I don't know, like, it's not the right time. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it next week. You're always giving yourself an excuse. There's never going to be the right time. There's never going to be the right place. There's only going to be now. So why don't you make the decision and act? Like, stop playing games with yourself and others. You're teasing yourself. And you're also, if I may say, burning yourself out. Probably burning the candle at both ends. And that's not very healthy. We have so many choices in life, guys. And empowering us to be vulnerable, allows us to grow, allows other people around to grow. Now, I'm not saying be vulnerable to people you just met. Maybe you got to know them a little bit, right? Maybe you got to talk for a few minutes, not just every stranger. But being vulnerable just means they also get to see the true you. There's no mask on, right? Forget COVID. There's no mask. There's just you. And I always tell people you can like me, love me, or hate me. And so many people want to get approval. Yeah, I like to get approval, but everything I do doesn't need everybody's approval. I think that's a challenge a lot of people have. They do something and then they're waiting for the approval. Like, I'm waiting. And they still don't get the approval. I'm like, oh my gosh, when am I going to get the approval? And then they feel so bad because they didn't get the approval. All right, that was the last of my drink. And when you mix it right, by the way, guys, you don't have any molasses left. It's a nice sweet taste, not too sweet. I used to do it with orange juice, but it really ruins the taste of orange juice. I used to take the 2 tablespoons of black sugar molasses, put the little bit of hot water, not much of the boiling hot water, just to mix it up. Then I put a little water in it. Then I would dump the rest of it orange juice. And it was okay, but it wasn't like the highlight. When I do this like in the evening, it's great. I mean, it's great. I hardly taste like the molasses. It's not killing it. It kind of complements the tea, which is a nice thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to tune in to join the conversation and be part of our community here, where inclusion is strength. Every voice matters, and kindness never goes out of style here on Inspirations for Your Life. And I hope that you realize that your kindness should never go out of style, and nor should anyone else's. Listen now, as you have been, or you can go to believemeachieve.com once the show is over, and you can watch this particular episode, other episodes, other shows that I have, short form content, long form content. But most importantly, you can let's say, absorb a lot of these nuggets, because I know there's a lot of information, guys. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It is such a privilege, a pleasure, and honor to be with you here on this show and all the other shows that I have and the other content. Please do check out believemeachieve.com, and I'll catch you guys in another episode or another piece of my content real soon. Be well, everyone.